Right guys, we are live with tonight's, I suppose you can call it a late night agenda. It's a bit of a late night agenda. It's a bit of a match reaction show to Liverpool 4, Red Star Belgrade 0. We're calling it a late night agenda because it's going to be a longer show. Usually our post-match shows are only 15-20 minutes long, but because I've been away for the past 2 weeks, I wanted to have a proper catch-up with everybody, so let's call it a late night agenda and we'll go from there. It's great to be back, guys. It really is. I'm really looking forward to chatting with you all and seeing how you're all feeling about the Reds win tonight. I'm over the moon. I can't say any more than that. I'm absolutely over the moon with that result and that performance from Liverpool. It's exactly what I wanted to see. The swagger looks like it's coming back. I feel $1,000,000 myself after watching it. It's just fucking great, isn't it? What a time to be a Red. What a time to be alive. What a time to come back from holidays. Happy, happy days. Look, you can say I'm getting carried away. 4-0 against Red Star Belgrade. But you know what? That's what I wanted to see. That is the swagger I wanted from this Reds team. I wanted Liverpool to come out tonight and bang in 3 or 4. I wanted Liverpool to have those touches. I wanted the little intricate moves. I wanted the 1-2s between the forwards, and we got it. And we got it in spades. Rod is here. Rod, how are you? Mossy Wassy, world class. Cart 6, YouTube, Greg, how are we all? Welcome back. A lot of you are saying thank you very much, guys. It's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be back here with you all. I've been looking forward to catching up with you. It's been a while. 2 weeks seems like a long time. It sounds short, but in practice, 2 weeks has been a very long time for me not to be on here talking to everybody. So it's great. It's great to be back. I've got some new equipment and that coming as well to try and improve the channel. I've bought myself a brand new webcam. You can probably see it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper. I have a new monitor coming as well, so the humming that you hear from my fans sometimes, that won't be happening because the laptop will be further away. And I bought myself a new screen monitor, a new wireless keyboard, new mouse, lots of new little bits and pieces to try and improve the channel. I thought 4-0, Craig, said Luke Skywalker. We should have had that bet. I know, mate. Fucking sickener, isn't it? My bet would have been Liverpool -2 and Salah to score as well. But look, it is what it is. I'm so happy the front three all got on the score sheet. After Sadio missing that penalty, I felt so bad for him because his performance deserved the goal, but he went on and got one. Great for Firmino to score, Salah to score 2. It's nothing but positives tonight. DCB is in the house. DCB, how are you, sir? Raptor's joined us. Raptor, how the hell are you, buddy? Thank you so much, mate, for making those couple of videos while I was away. I really enjoyed watching them, and you're a gent, so thank you, mate. Very much appreciated. So many talking points from today's game, excuse me, said YouTube. Fabinho played great, Mane smiling, slick midfield, clicking. It was all good, mate. The first 15 minutes I thought wasn't great, but from then on, it was the Liverpool we've all come to know and love. Easy, said Lambeg's loyalist. X-Kings is in. How are you, sir? Look, it's easy for us to just brush this aside and say it's only Red Star. And you can say that, but what happens in nights like tonight is you get your swag back on. The forwards get their swag on. We've seen those little touches that weren't coming off before. Players getting into the spaces, making the runs. The second balls we were doing a lot better with in the second half. The game got a bit more stretched. That's a confidence-inspiring game for those forwards. And I don't know what to say about Fabinho. I don't know what to say other than, wow. He was immense tonight. And as was many other Liverpool players. But I just want to take a moment to talk about Fabinho because he's a player that a lot of people had been unsure of because Klopp hadn't been playing him that much. Klopp had been very clear and said that he just needs a bit more time. He said he'd get his minutes after the international break. He came in tonight and he was sensational. He was like an octopus. He was everywhere. He was swarming around that midfield. He was winning everything. His distribution was brilliant. Shaqiri playing between the lines at times was excellent, even though he had to come deeper sometimes to pick out balls. Beautiful ball over the top for Salah in the first half. Beautiful ball in for the goal in the first half. Wijnaldum was what Wijnaldum has been all season. Stunning. There's so many positives. There's nothing really negative to talk about tonight, guys. And that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Mo Salah, very accomplished finish for the first goal. Second goal, the penalty, obviously. Excellent work for our first goal, by the way, down the left-hand side. Robbo played a beautiful ball back to the penalty spot. Firmino takes a touch on his right, pulls it onto his left, hits it straight down the middle, and then we could have had 6 or 7. Let's be honest there, guys. Fabinho has Inspector Gadget legs, said Damo. He does. He really does. And it's beautiful. It's just great to see. That's what we wanted. That's the 6 that we'd been hoping for and wanting. And after that performance there today, if he continues to play at that level, and you guys know I've been a massive defender and advocate of Jordan Henderson. You know I've always defended him, and I really like the guy. But if Fabinho puts in performances like that in the 6, it's going to be very hard for Jordan Henderson to make it into our what you would call best 11, because I know different games call for different setups and different players, but it's more competition. It's exactly what the manager would have wanted. It's more depth to the squad. Another player who's announced himself in a Liverpool shirt. Watch a long while in the pool, saved my life. Said Far Isle. Thank you very much, mate. And by the way, I'm sure I said it to you guys on Twitter if you haven't seen the video. I had the privilege of meeting up with Far Isle while I was in Orlando. He drove up to spend the day with myself, Sabrina and the kids. We went to Universal Studios together. An absolute gentleman is all I can say. It was a privilege and a pleasure for us to spend the day with him. He is so warm, so funny. He's just a great lad. It was such a pleasure for myself and the family to spend the day with him. We appreciate him driving up to meet us. It was great. It was one of the highlights of our holiday. It's always brilliant to meet up with people if you can. You speak to people on here every night from around the world, but getting the chance to meet up with somebody face to face, just to shake their hand, just to say hello, thank you for your support, and you get to know somebody even more. It was brilliant. He had our family in stitches at one point. We went out for something to eat after the parks, and he laid down the set of rules for Florida for us, which I'm sure he'll post in later on. But my family just wanted to let you know, buddy, that they stuck to your Florida rules for the entire holiday, and thank you for taking the time to meet us. It was a pleasure. Fabinho's going to be fine and add a new dimension in the air in midfield, said Anthony Peters. Connor said Fabinho and Shaqiri are men of the match. Fucking hell, Craig, get your sentence together. Men of the match for Connor. For me, Fabinho, but look, Shaqiri right in there behind. Mossy Wassy said sloppy passing in the first half by many players, which is true. For the first 15 and 20 minutes, mate, that is exactly what I was saying. And I don't even want to try to pick out negatives here. There was a couple of sloppy passes from Gomez, I think. Other than that, everybody was excellent. And Gomez was great. So I'm not having a go with him. There's nothing to be negative about. There was a bit of sloppiness in the first half. We put it to bed. We got it together. As the half went on, we grew. Our confidence grew. Our swag grew. And we just played like we know we can. It was great. Going to have to search Twitter now for clips of the goal, said Far Isle. The first goal was probably my favourite of the bunch, although there was a few lovely moves. Actually, do you know what? The second goal was nice as well. Firmino and Salah's first goal, they were two beautiful goals, two lovely team goals. I've just come back from the match. Fabinho was brilliant, said Corey. He was amazing, mate, wasn't he? He was getting lots of love in the comments tonight in the live stream that we did of the game, and rightly so. And I'm so happy for the guy because he didn't take any stick from Liverpool fans. It's not fair to say that. A lot of people were just worried that maybe Klopp was seeing something that he wasn't liking, or that he'd second guessed himself on making the signing. And Klopp had always been very forthright in saying that no, he will get chances, he'll get opportunities. He did get them, and tonight he's taken it with both hands. It's going to be very, very, very hard to displace him if he keeps putting in performances like that. And in saying that, though, it's also impossible to dispossess Gini I'm going to try and start that sentence again. It's also going to be impossible to take Gini Wijnaldum out of that team because he's been excellent all season. Jimmy Milner got a rest tonight, but he's been brilliant as well in midfield. So the midfield are really stepping up. We have Adam Lallana coming back as well. Daniel Sturridge has scored 4 for the season. I think that moves Mo on to 6 now, I think, this season. Sadio Mane's on the score sheet. Firmino's on the score sheet. How can you be negative? There are going to be some people out there trying to find some negatives. Some people will be saying it's only Red Star Belgrade. But you know what? They can say that. But it was only win against Spurs away in the league. It was a draw against Manchester City at home. It was a draw against Chelsea away. They were the games we couldn't afford to lose. They were the games we had to be solid on. Klopp knew we had a difficult start to the season, and he was honest and forthright in saying we had to grind out those wins. After the international break, things will settle down a little bit. The run of fixtures looks a little bit more friendly for us. We got a win against Huddersfield, another good confidence-inspiring win tonight. We move on to Cardiff at the weekend. You'll probably see some more changes there. Hopefully we bag another couple of goals. We move on then, and what will be on then? What, 20? We'll be on 27 out of 30 points. No, 20. What are we on now? 23 out of 27. So we'll be on 26 out of 30 points if we win that at the weekend. It's coming together, guys. We're getting there. We've been winning playing ugly. Now we're starting to click. Tonight we clicked anyway. You know what will happen when that front three click into form. If Shaqiri keeps pulling those strings in behind, or if Naby Keita comes back and he can play well, there's just options all over the place. People are going to have to be on the game, or they're just not going to get into the team. It's going to be simple as that. Midfield options available to Jurgen Klopp. We've got Fabinho, we've got Jordan Henderson, we've got Naby Keita, we've got Sheridan Shaqiri, we've got we've got James Milner, we have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back. And that's before you move on to any of the younger guys, and that's before you start arguing about if certain players are better at midfield or forward, and we've Adam Lallana, and there's just options galore. It's brilliant. Mark Pryor said, we missed the Ox this season, the link between the midfield and the front three. Now we've Shaqiri, the front three have come alive again, and trust in Klopp has come on, you Reds. Exactly, mate. Shaqiri, he's been really, really good. Really, really happy with him when he's played this season. It was a clever piece of business by the club, it looks like. Shaqiri looks so happy to be a Red as well. He looks like he's really enjoying his time with the club. And how couldn't you? I mean, who wouldn't want to work under Jurgen Klopp? Ant said, hi Craig, fantastic win and performance. My 31st birthday tomorrow. Hope you had a nice holiday. Yes, I did, mate. Thank you for that one. And happy birthday. You're only what? You're only an hour and 23 minutes away from your birthday, Ant. So happy birthday, mate. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you get spoiled rotten, and I hope you do something nice. Great to hear Farrow was keeping up with y'all via Twitter, the modern day equivalent of a holiday slideshow, said Dame. Well, thank you, mate. I kind of kicked into life my personal Twitter account again while I was on holidays, because I didn't want to be posting stuff on the Anfield Agenda account. It wasn't fair. So if anybody does want to go on and follow my personal Twitter account, I will stick it up for you now. It is... So if you're on Twitter and you're not following my personal account, there it is there. If anybody wants to give it a follow. It's a smaller account, guys. I'm going to keep it that way because my old account had, I think I was following like 10,000 people or something on my old account, and I couldn't read my timeline. I couldn't keep up with posts from people who I want to read and people who I love their stuff. So this time I'm trying to keep the account smaller. So if there's people that follow and I don't follow back, it's not because I'm being a fucking ratio twat. It's not because I'm being an up my own arse prick. It's just because I'm trying to keep it small and keep up with the stuff that I love and enjoy reading from people who I can't keep up with on the other accounts. Imagine when Keita hits form, said Cameron. It's beautiful, mate, isn't it? It's just great. What a squad we have now. I think we're still a little bit light up top, if the truth be told. Daniel Sturridge has been really, really good. I can't complain 1 ounce about Sturridge so far this season. His contract's up at the end of the year. Will we extend it? That's yet to be seen. Will he want to extend it? But either way, I still think we're going to need one more there, just for a little bit of comfort. But Origi looks like he's moving on. There's been talk that he might go to Besiktas in the January window. Whether that's a loan to buy deal, I don't know. Probably is. If you're going to a Turkish club like that, that tends to be the way we do business with them. Other than that, yeah, I mean, things are just taking along nicely for the Reds. It was great to be away and only miss one game. And when I say miss, I still watched it, but I didn't get to come on here and do commentary for the Huddersfield game. And do you know what? I'm glad I didn't, because it was a little bit frustrating. We got the win, and we defended very, very well. The only one opportunity they had really was the one that they lashed over the bar from 4 or 5 yards out. But other than that, we ground out the win. How the fuck did Shaqiri end up at Stoke? that's something I'll never understand, said Ferno. I thought about that at the time, mate, and it was down to one or two things in my mind. It was either money, because the Premier League could offer him a good wage, or he wanted a stage to show what he could do. That's the only two things I could think of. Did he come from Inter or Bayern Munich? Or was he at Inter on loan from Bayern Munich? Either way, he came to the Premier League to try and rebuild. The fact that he's only, 25, 26 years of age is what baffles me, because he seems like he's been around forever. And now he finally looks and feels like he has arrived. I'm delighted for the guy. £13 million will end up being ridiculously low. Ridiculously low. God bless that relegation clause. Great bit of business by the club. Everybody was disappointed, of course, that we didn't get Fekir. I've read since I've been away that Bayern Munich are interested in Fekir apparently. The price being quoted to them seems to be around €70 million. Whether that's paper talk, I don't know. It's just something I read while I was away. But a lot of people have been talking about that 10 position a lot. A lot of people have been worried that we just haven't had that link between the midfield and the forwards. I don't think it was just that was causing us problems. I think it was the front. Well, there's a few things. I suppose I can give you three reasons. One, the 10, like you spoke about. I feel like we were lacking that link. Two, I don't think we were committing as many men forward on counter-attacks as we previously had last year. I think we were holding maybe one or two back, and when the ball was coming into Firmino, Salah or Mane, they were surrounded and they weren't getting the runners off them that they had. So they had to be very precise with the balls, and with the passing being a little bit slack and the confidence not being there, we weren't making those little incisive 1-2s in and around the 18-yard box. And then three, what was the third reason I was thinking of? I can't even think of the fucking third reason now. Jet lag is catching up with me, excuse me. What was the third reason? No, can't think of it. Sorry, jet lag completely catching up with me. Whether we'll go in for a number 10 in January or not, I don't know. Next summer, I think we most certainly will. January, I'm not sure about. There's been a couple of players linked, and we had seen that Brazilian guy linked, but that seems to be more an AC Milan link. I honestly don't know, but I don't care at this moment in time. I just want to enjoy tonight. I just want to enjoy our position in the league. While I was away, I was very disappointed to read after the Huddersfield game on social media. I say social media, I mean Twitter. So many people complaining about Liverpool not playing well. People having to go with Dejan Lovren. People having to go with Jordan Henderson. And look, the Henderson thing you know about. It's fucking always there. But people were moaning about Lovren. I don't know why. People were moaning about the forwards not scoring, even though I think Mo Salah was 1 or 2 goals behind where he was last season, and he had a slow enough start to last season as well. Well, now I think he's exactly where he was at this point last season. And how can you complain when you have 23 points from 27? You've had your best ever start to the Premier League, so your best start in 26 years to a league campaign. You're joint top of the league. You're unbeaten. You've played Manchester City already. You've beaten Spurs away and you've drawn away at Chelsea. You have conceded fuck all goals. What have we conceded in the league? 3 goals or something so far this season? I think we've had the best defensive start for 100 and something years. But yet people were still there moaning. I don't understand what they want. These are the very people who a couple of months back were saying, why can't we just grind out wins? Why can't we see games out? Why can't we be more professional? Nothing wrong with 1-0 wins. Now when you go and do it, they ain't happy because we're not winning 4 or 5-0 like we were last season. I'm over the moon. I will take 38 1-0 wins and say thank you very much and take the Premier League title and walk on. But we always knew, those of us who were realists knew that if we could be this good defensively, if we could grind out the wins, we knew the rest will come and the rest will fall into place because we know the quality of the forwards that we have. So it's only a matter of time before that clicked. So for me and for most sane people, we were just sitting here rubbing our hands together thinking, God, when this clicks. And I lost track of the amount of times people have commented saying somebody's getting a fucking kick in this season when Liverpool click. And you're all right, and it will happen. This is a serious Liverpool team, guys. This Liverpool team are capable of really, really, really challenging for the league this year. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so excited about what we're getting to see. I'm so proud of the players and the manager. I'm so happy that the fans finally get what we haven't had, which looks like a real title challenge. I'm not saying we're going to go on and win it, because Manchester City are a tremendous side, and it's going to take a lot to wrestle the Premier League title away from them. But I just have a sneaky feeling that Pep needs that Champions League title. Pep, that's what's going to cement his legacy at Manchester City. And I wonder, as the season progresses, will they take half an eye off the league? Will that be your chance? I don't know, only time will tell. Shaqiri's doing the Coutinho job so good, but he actually defends too. The first goal is a great example of that, when he tackles their player and then passes the beautiful ball to Robbo, said Ferno. Very well put, mate. Completely agree with you. Fabinho as well. Like, even the times where he gave the ball away tonight, he was winning it back a few seconds later. It was tremendous. And what else? We got so happy that Napoli drew at PSG, the perfect result for us, said Ferno as well. True, that puts us on top of the group with 6 points. Napoli second with 5 points. And Paris Saint-Germain in third place with 4 points. So really has opened up the group for us. If we can get something away at Paris Saint-Germain, beat Napoli at home and beat Red Star away, we're most likely going to top that group. So it's pretty damn good, alright. Momo, Salah King. I'm delighted for Mo tonight. Little bit disappointed he wasn't on for the penalty, actually, so he could get his hat-trick. But at the same time, I really wanted Mane to score. So when he missed the penalty, I was heartbroken for him. So happy to see him pick one up at the end of the game, though. He deserved it. Great to see the front three all get on the score sheet. Will said, I'm happy. Klopp is happy. Liverpool legend said that. Apologies. I was thinking of somebody else there. Kieran Bailey says he agrees with Andre. Pepperhead said, my ignorant bad, I must research better. Craig, generally think some of our fans will never be happy enough. Even if we win the league, we won't be happy because it just wasn't perfect, said Ant. Yeah, it's true, mate. This is something I'll never understand about the psyche of human beings. There's nothing wrong with striving for perfection, but you've got to enjoy it along the way. I mean, what's the point in doing what we're doing now and not enjoying it? You're right. Some people won't be happy, and that's their right. My right is to think positively. As I said earlier on in the stream, I like to try and surround myself with positivity in life in general. My wife's positive, my kids are positive, my friends are positive. You guys on here are mainly positive. And I'm one of these people that believe that if you surround yourself with positivity, positive things will happen. So if you keep writing Liverpool are doing well, you keep writing and keep supporting the guys, I think that'll push itself out there into the universe. Call me a fucking hippie, but you know, I believe in it. I believe it'll happen, and it's affected my life. I used to be somebody who was angry an awful lot of the time. I used to be somebody who, as I said, was down with depression, and look, medicine and stuff has helped with the depression, so I'm not saying positivity has just changed that, but I'm saying that being positive, changing my mindset, looking at things differently, being thankful for certain situations has changed my life. So I cannot preach enough how I think being positive, it just stops you being angry, it stops you being tense, it just makes everything a little bit more bearable in life. Particularly in football, something that you're supposed to enjoy. I mean, we all talk about our love of the game, we talk about how much football means to us, but yet some people seem to get angry watching it all the time and seem to get pissed off even when you're winning. You're supposed to be enjoying these moments. Last year we may not have won the Champions League, we lost in the final, but can any of us say that we didn't have some of our best moments supporting the club last year? Some amazing memories, going away to Porto and absolutely hammering them, scoring 7 twice in the Champions League. That first half display where we ripped Roma to shreds. It was amazing. And yes, it didn't work out the way we wanted, but we still got to see some beautiful football. We've had some amazing players grace the turf at Anfield. At this moment in time, we have one of the best squads we've had in my lifetime supporting Liverpool. I mean, I'm only 37 years of age. I didn't get to see the Graham Souness's, the Kenny Dalglish's, the Alan Hansons and so on. But for me, this is one hell of a Liverpool squad. Looks like Henderson is being slowly phased out, said Brian. Regardless of the injury tonight, looks at least like 1, maybe 2 ahead of him for the number 6. Gini and now Fabinho too, if he keeps up. Any thoughts? Brian, mate, I'm a fan of Jordan Henderson. I've said that all along, but I have to agree with you, mate. I have to agree with you. Gini has certainly, for me, commanded a place in the midfield ahead of Jordan Henderson, whether that's in the 6 or the 8, depending on who starts. But he certainly deserves to be playing. Fabinho, we can only talk about tonight's performance, but if he plays another game and plays like that again, then yes, I do think that he deserves his spot in that team. And James Milner has been almost undroppable as well. It's tough Naby Keita to come back, so yes, maybe Jordan Henderson won't get as many games as he did in previous seasons. Klopp's reaction after Sturridge trying to score a similar goal as he did against Chelsea was priceless. It really was. The smile on his face, he knew exactly what he was trying to do. Where is... Oh, there it is. Klopp's reaction after Sturridge trying to score a similar goal to the one against Chelsea. Yeah, it was a beautiful laugh. I remember months ago, before the Shaqiri to LFC rumours were showing up, I wanted Shaqiri, and so many people replied to me, he's lazy or not good enough. I have to say, Furno, my thoughts on Shaqiri would have been that he was a bit of a diva, and that has proved to be absolutely incorrect, and just based on me believing other shit that I've read. Because what I've seen of him at Liverpool has been anything but that. I've seen a player who looks revitalised, a player who is smiling, looks happy, accepted, not starting a lot of the time, tried to take his chances when they've been given to him. And I've seen the Shaqiri that you spoke about there, the player that you thought could do a job. And you add into that the price tag, and it's just been a great bit of business for everybody, except Stoke. Will has joined the chat. Will, how are you? Damo said, some players when... Mo will be some player when he hits form. The best thing about the Reds tonight was their attitude till the last minute, said Rod. Spot on, mate. Absolutely great show. We were up for it. We were on it tonight. We were ruthless. We were hungry. It was everything you wanted to see from a Liverpool performance. I'm only a little bit disappointed that I know some people will try and brush it off with it just being Red Star Belgrade. But if you carry that into the game against Cardiff at the weekend and you do that again, then that starts to become a habit. Then your swagger starts coming back. Then you've got that good defensive setup. You've got many midfield choices. The forwards are back scoring. Then who's going to stop us? It's going to take some fucking team to stop that Liverpool side in full flow. Anyone noticed that Alisson fecked off for a point and came back near the end of the match, said Carl. He had nothing to do at all tonight, did he? Did they even have a shot on target? I know they had a couple of attempts, but I can't remember one on target. What time will you be on for... What's this? What time will you be on for Cardiff game, Craig? Oh, what time on for the Cardiff game? Sorry, I was wondering about that. What time is the Cardiff game at the weekend? I haven't even checked. Can somebody help me out on that one? Saturday, what have we got? 3 o'clock, so we'll be on at about 2:15, 2:30, buddy, for that one. Look at us last season, we were a class. This season is going to be the best in a long time, said Brian and Missy, the Bulldogs bullies. I agree, mate. We have stepped up again. Once we sorted out that defensive problem and our midfield looks as good as ever, there's very few weaknesses in our team. I mean, who do you pinpoint as a weakness? People have tried to pinpoint Trent as a weakness and he just simply isn't. People have tried to do it to Robbo. He's not. They've tried Gomez. He isn't. Our midfield, as I said, we've so many options. We can go in there and fight. We can go in there and we can use guile and creativity. We can outrun any team in midfield. There is just no weak point of this Liverpool team. Hey Craig, welcome back, my friend. Great win tonight, said Jimmy. Thank you, mate. It was a brilliant win. Great way to come back. I'm so happy that I got to come back and that was my first game to share with you all after my break. I feel fully refreshed, revitalised, mentally rested. It was great. I really enjoyed my time away with the family, but not going to lie, I did miss being on here. I wish he'd just celebrate to keep people off his back, said Anthony. He will when he scores 7 against Cardiff. Positivity is the only way, said Jimmy. There you go. Tippy said, people don't realise the final ball and some play that's missing, it'll take time to produce that most consistency. Exactly. We're talking very small margins here, mate. That little final ball is the hardest ball to play. But tonight, we're creating it. Tonight, the players were giving like the little deft touches into each other. I mean, little cushion passes in, little balls around the back. It was lovely. It was great to see. Last season was my favourite season since supporting Liverpool, said Ferno. Football's supposed to be fun, said Brian. It is, mate. I mean, if you can't smile when you're seeing stuff like that, then what's the fucking point? Would have been nice to see Lallana score today. Would have helped immensely for his confidence, said Vishal. It would have. It really would have. It was a shame he couldn't take that opportunity when it fell to him. But again, it's more minutes in the legs for Lallana and another midfield option for the manager. Owen said, Craig, I still don't understand why Salah has a plaster thing on his arm. I'm with you, mate. I don't know. We'd all be just guessing. We'd have to hear from the medical team of that. But on Mo Salah, I spoke about this just before the game on the pre-match show. So this is the show for our regulars, really, and the show for the people that are here a lot of the time, which is why I didn't want to just do a post-match show. I wanted to come on and do a proper late-night agenda afterwards. I was thinking a lot about Mo Salah while I was away on holidays. And I was asking myself why he isn't looking like the Mo that we all know and love. Now, I looked at the confidence issue and I brushed that aside because I don't think he was really lacking that much in confidence. I think it was more than that. When I thought about it more and more, I thought about what he'd been through over the past few months. So he had the season of his life last year. He got Liverpool, along with the other players, to a Champions League final. The height of some players' careers. It was billed as himself against Cristiano Ronaldo. He was one of the best players in the world. If he went on to win that Champions League with Liverpool, the Ballon d'Or could have been his. May well be, but it could have most certainly been his. And his game was cut short. And not only was it cut short, it was cut short with an injury that left him fighting for his place to be fit for Egypt, his country that he carries, basically. A nation that gets behind him and a nation that adores him. He got them to the World Cup with that late penalty. So he didn't know if he was going to be able to be fit for the World Cup. And let's be honest, he wasn't fit for that World Cup. He missed the first game, but he rushed back because he wanted to play for his country, and you can never knock anybody for doing that. Then we go from that, from a World Cup that didn't quite work out for him and Egypt. You go into the situation of the sponsorship on the plane with the telephone company. You go into the situation with him being kind of hung out to dry with picture opportunities with the Chechen leader. You go into the stories about him not being able to rest because he has so many media duties. You get into the stories about him not having enough security and players and people, or not players, fans and people knocking on his room door in the middle of the night. And then you go on to hear about other stuff as well that's happening with the Egyptian FA. And then all the time while that's going on, he's trying to prepare for a new season with Liverpool. He's dealing with shit on social media from Egyptian fans. He's dealing with stick from some Liverpool fans who aren't seeing the same performances that he'd seen before. He's still nursing his shoulder injury. He's still trying to work his way back to fitness. He's trying to find the form that he had last year. And he's trying to set himself targets for this season as well. Now you think about all of that combined together. What did you expect? I mean, I think it's he deserves to be commended for the way he's handled himself. He's carried himself with dignity throughout everything. He won the Puskás Award for goal of the season, which, let's be honest, it wasn't the best goal of the season, but Liverpool fans got out in numbers and voted, and he won that. I think the man is a phenomenon. I love Mohamed Salah, and I'm glad that Liverpool fans in the whole feel the same way about the guy. He may not have ever gone on to have hit 45 again this season, but you know what, if he hits 35, if he hits 30 and the rest of the team hit 25, the rest of the forward line hit 25 each, who cares? Mo Salah will set himself targets, but for us as fans, we want Mo Salah to be part of a title winning Champions League challenging, cup lifting team. So that's just my take on Mo Salah. As I said, I thought about it a lot on my holidays because it was bugging me and I couldn't figure out why. So that was my take on it. So let me know what you guys think. Liverpool legend said, "You're one of the best commentators, and LFC fans, you'll never walk alone." That's very kind of you, mate. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. And Liverpool fans definitely won't ever walk alone. We have such a great bunch of people on here. 4-0, the best we could do without Shea Ojo. You could feel his absence, says Andre. I wouldn't say there's a weakness. All players are quality unless out of form. There's no weaknesses. Could easily have been 8-0 tonight, said Stig. It was a good game. Connor has posted there from our account. Salah, the quickest Liverpool player to hit 50 goals in just 65 games. Took Torres 84, Danny Sturridge 87, and Suarez 91. Now that's some stat there. Mo Salah scored 50 goals in 65 games for the Reds. And we're looking at the players there that Connor has posted about that he's bypassed. Torres, who we would all think of as a goal scorer. Sturridge. Suarez, who definitely I would think of as a massive goal scorer for Liverpool. He's done it in, what, 30 games less nearly? That's immense. That's absolutely phenomenal. So what has he got there? 26 games less than Suarez to get to 50 goals. That's unbelievable. What's his goal ratio there of a goal every 1.15 games, something like that. Excuse my maths, like 1.3 games, I think roughly his goal tally is for Liverpool. Like, that is stunning. Didn't Varanen do that in 15 games, says Andre. Well, it's not really fair to compare anyone to Andre Varanen because, you know, he is the man, the myth, the legend. He's the Ragnar Klavan of the front line. Ferno said the loudest I've ever celebrated to a goal was the Mane equaliser against Madrid last season. Ox's long shot against Manchester City, he can hit one. Were one of my best moments from supporting Liverpool, said Ferno. God, I'm trying to think of what my biggest ever celebration was. Do you know what I have to say? One of them would have been the goal against Manchester City to win the game 3-2. Coutinho's goal. That was probably one of my biggest celebrations as a Liverpool fan. The year we went 2-0 up, City got it back to 2-2. Then Company fucked up and we went on to score and win 3-2. That was I spent a lot of that game literally behind my sofa. Fabinho's a monster. He can't be a sub anymore, said Rancho. He was brilliant tonight, mate. Absolutely quality. We gave him our man of the match today, and many of the fans did as well. I'm not sure who the television actually gave it to because I hadn't got the commentary on. I had to have it on silent because I was doing my own here. So not sure who BT gave it to, but for me it was Fabinho with Shaqiri close in attendance. Rude Hullet, where is that one gone? Sorry, let me just get back to that one. Where's the Rude Hullet comment? Where's it gone? There it is. Anthony Peter said Rude Hullet was questioning Mo's lack of celebration and wants him to clarify it. So would I, just to get people off his back and clear up any rumours. I don't get what's the lack of celebrations. I'm looking at his penalty now that he scored tonight. I don't understand. He hugs his teammates. I don't know. I've no problem. He scored. That's all that matters to me. If anybody else wants to read something into it, I don't know. Maybe the dude has stuff on his mind. But he scored 2 goals tonight and that's all that matters to me. He's a Liverpool player. If he has stuff on his mind, he chooses not to celebrate. That's up to him. People are always trying to find fault with him. People were trying to paint a picture of him being angry when we scored after he came off against PSG, or being disappointed that we scored when that wasn't the case. He celebrated the goal. We all know he was probably just disappointed in his own performance because he gave away a pass that let Paris Saint-Germain equalise. Just don't think too much into it, guys. Mo Salah, as we just explained or just went through, he's had a difficult few months. And Mo not celebrating, oh my god, thank you for giving me something to panic about. I wouldn't worry about it at all, guys. Tippy said it's better if the front three got 20 plus goals each instead of getting one player just to get 40. It makes the team look more menacing with 3 danger men. Exactly. I don't give a shit who scores for Liverpool. I couldn't care less if the front three don't score any and Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk score 45 each. It doesn't bother me as long as the Reds go on, pick up the wins and lift that trophy at the end of the year. Ferno said could have been a perfect opportunity to start Bogdan today. Only negative from today's game. They would have had to drag him back from Hibs because he's a Hibs player at this moment in time. Rod said, I am panicking. Mo must celebrate more. Yeah, I mean, it ruined everything. Took the shine off the win tonight. I mean, look, Sadio Mane has a big enough smile for everybody there, so let that be just a lesson to everybody. Mane's smile is big enough for everyone. Please give Jeff the Hornet a shout out. Did I miss somebody? If we got a Watford fan in, if we have, welcome, mate. Thank you for joining us on the channel here. You must be over the moon with Watford's performances this season. What a start to the season it's been. Yeah, so Watford are playing great football. If I've missed out on a Watford fan in the chat, apologies, welcome. Post something else in there because I'd love to know how you're feeling about your team's performance this season. Salah looked happy enough in the post-match interview, said Paul. Great point. Salah got it, but Fabinho was mine just because he was running the game. He was so good. I suppose, look, this is another reason why I fucking hate commentary on television. It's so easy just to give man of the match to somebody that scored 2 goals. He scored 1 goal and a penalty, and that's brilliant. We love to see Salah scoring goals, but it's a cop-out for me to just give man of the match to him because he scored 2 goals. Did he put in a good performance? Yes. But I think Fabinho was better. I think Fabinho deserves the man of the match there. And I think a lot of the reason why these watch-alongs that we're doing, that Daz is doing, that other channels are doing, it's one of the reasons why fans are tuning in to listen and get that alternative commentary is because we're fucking sick of listening to the drivel from Alan Smith, from fucking Robbie Savage, from other commentators, professional paid commentators that either have an agenda, see the game in some fucking made up way, or talk shite for 90 minutes. Mo Salah man of the match was just a cop-out because he scored 2 goals. I just don't get it. The clear man of the match today was Fabinho. Shaqiri probably second. And I'm not belittling Mo. I absolutely adore Mohamed Salah. And nobody is happy with me that he scored 2 goals today. But it's not just today. I often see a team win 1-0 and the man that scored the goal will get man of the match, even if it's a tap in from 5 yards. It's just a cop-out for me when people do that. Jeff said we've been better than expectations this season so far. You've played some really good football, mate. Really good football. Pereira looks an absolute fantastic player. I'm delighted for Watford to be doing so well. It's always great to see one of those surprise team. I mean, maybe I'm being a bit unfair to you, but it's great to see them doing so well, and I hope it continues. Firmino with the man of the match for me, said Stig. Salah's shoulder, Mane's hand, Bobby's eye, still 4-0, says Rod. I love that celebration by Firmino. I hope he keeps that up forever now, that one eye celebration. Shaqiri or Fabinho was man of the match for Meganonki. Fabinho closely followed by Robbo and Genie for Anthony Peters. Big Shaq for Jack. Brian Morrissey said Danny Mills is the worst, absolutely hates Liverpool. Look, there are some pundits, not pundits, I suppose commentators are really who I'm having a go at here, that are good. Sometimes I think Gary Neville doing commentary in games can be very good. I think Jamie Carragher doing commentary can be quite good. Michael Owen is dull as fuck. Robbie Savage is shocking. Alan Smith is dog shit. There's some absolutely shocking commentators on football games. And you can forgive that if they actually talk sense, but a lot of the time they have agendas. They're often told what they can and cannot say. They can't speak their mind freely. The thing that bugs me the most about modern day sport is the press conferences and the questions that the journalists don't ask. And I know why they don't ask it, because as soon as a journalist stands up and asks Mourinho why he's talking shite, or asks let's just say Klopp talked out his arse, said to Klopp, that's absolute nonsense, mate, you're speaking there. As soon as one of them steps up and does that, then the media officer is booting them out. Well, that's not media. That's why fan channels, social media channels are sprouting up all over the place and getting following that they are, is because people can speak their mind freely because they don't have agendas to keep. They don't have to worry about being barred from TV channels, or they don't have to worry about being barred from press conferences. We can genuinely speak our minds and say what we want to say. And that's what gets to me about media these days, because I'm sure that James Pearce and Melissa Reddy and many, many other excellent journalists want to ask these tough questions. I'm sure Manchester United based journalists want to ask these tough questions of Mourinho, but they can't. And that for me is pointless. They might as well not hold a press conference. Same with the post-match interviews. What the fuck is the point? They all say the same shit over and over again. Ask different questions, or just don't bother. Lindsay Gallagher says, what on earth is this? It's a circus, Lindsay. And I am the ringmaster. Can you juggle? Can you tame a lion? Do you have any tricks? If not, then you are of no use to us, Lindsay, and we must ask you to leave. What's up, Craigo? How happy are you? Salah's build-up play looked back to his best, said Owen. It was a great day, Owen. There's very, very little to be negative about, so I'm not even going to fucking try, mate. It was beautiful. 15 minutes, we weren't great. From then onwards, can't fault the Reds. It was a tremendous performance. Fabinho was excellent. The swagger was back. I've got a massive smile on my face. We're top of the Champions League group thanks to the draw in Paris tonight. Top of the Premier League, well, second on goal difference, joint top on points. Cardiff are home to look forward to at the weekend. Hopefully we can pick up another win there. And then we keep pushing on, guys. And players are coming back to fitness. Squad rotation is starting to happen. Managers getting tougher and tougher decisions to make for who's going to start each game. I don't know what to say. Lindsay says, better than you. What? Lindsay, you didn't specify. Are you a better juggler than me? A better lion tamer? Better with tricks? I mean, I got to be honest here, Lindsay. I can't juggle for shit. But I'm a pretty damn good lion tamer. So yeah, you got to be specific, Lindsay. Come on, we want you here. Honestly, Lindsay, I didn't understand the question, so I don't know what you mean by what is this, so I don't know what to say, Lindsay. You're the one who popped in here. You're very welcome to be here, but I don't know what's going on. Just found out today that Andy Carroll is a relative of Treebeard from... Where's that one gone? Fuck's sake. Treebeard from the Middle Earth. It's an honour to have such a rare creature that used to play for us. There you go. I have no idea what that... Lord of the Rings there. Oh, that's gone over my head, Andre, mate. Liverpool was 5-0, not 4. I'm gone. You've lost me here. Absolutely lost me. You've lost me there, mate, with that one. It was 4-0 today. I have no idea, Thomas, what you're talking about with the 5-0. Best Liverpool channel. I love the realness and passion on here. Good or bad, keep up the good work, mate, said Christopher Barrett. Thank you, Christopher. That is really kind of you, mate. You know, one thing that's been very nice to hear, and I don't like talking about myself a lot of the time on here because it's not what it's about, but I've been very pleased that people have enjoyed the commentary of the games. It's something I'm new at and I really enjoy doing. So to hear people enjoy the audio commentary of the games, it's been a pleasure, and it's really helped because doing watch-alongs, I've never done them before. So when Connor explained to me what they were and said that he thinks we should do them on the channel and stuff, I was nervous as hell because I've never done one. So the past few months in doing them, I've slowly started to feel more confident, and now I look forward to them. So tonight particularly, we got a load of lovely comments, so thank you to everybody that took the time to write in and let us know. Thomas said, it's a joke, mate. You had me worried though, Thomas. I'm jet lagged as fuck here, and you're saying to me it was 5-0, and I'm thinking, have I missed something? Did I miss a goal? I was actually going back there to check the score and all, mate. My head is up my backside. Hi, Mr. Liverpool said as well. Hello to you, sir. Puma are cool, by the way, Craig. Adidas quality has been slipping with footwear I've had. Remember a comment about your Puma trainers on my next test. Adidas felt like torture. As you guys know, I was away in Florida on holidays. I didn't let you down with the Adidas. I bought myself 9 Adidas football shirts when I was away over there. I bought a couple of hoodies as well. This being one of the Puma ones I bought. But 9 Adidas jerseys. I got myself the Colombia home and away, the Argentina home. I got myself the Columbus Crew shirt. I got myself the Los Angeles Football Club shirt. I got myself the Toronto shirt. I got the Mexico shirt. What else did I get? I know I'm missing a couple of more shirts. I got the Argentina away shirt as well, and I got the Juventus away shirt. So I went full on Adidas when I was over there, only buying Adidas shirts. And Adidas runners as well. I got a couple of pair of Adidas Coppas over there as well. So lots of Adidas shit came back from Florida with me. As you guys know, I do wear Adidas 99% of the time on here when I'm not wearing a Liverpool shirt. But it's cold as fuck tonight for me. Coming from Orlando back to Ireland, it's freezing. No need to thank us, you're a legend, said Liverpool legend. Thank you, mate. That's so kind of you to say. I'm far from a legend, but just to know the people tuning in and enjoy the channel here is brilliant. Nice tan, Craig, said Meganonki. Thank you, mate. I worked fucking hard. I'm telling you, I put the hours in for that tan. Golden egg, said Pepper Red. Wow, you do some shopping. You've no idea, mate. I don't want to say I'm such a woman when it comes to shopping, because that's speaking badly of women, but I do like to shop. Not gonna lie. Bought those 9 shirts. Bought 2 pairs of Adidas Coppas. Bought a pair of Nike Air Tempo 94s. The same ones I actually showed you guys that I bought before I went away. They were on sale over there, so I bought another pair. I bought the Spanish FA tracksuit top, 4 hoodies. I bought a new webcam. I bought... What else did I buy? I bought a new monitor for the PC. I bought a new keyboard and mouse. A few other bits and pieces. I bought a meat thermometer. I mean, I know that's fucking weird, but I was over there and I seen this really cool meat thermometer, so I bought that. Yeah, we go to Florida. Part of the reason we go there is for shopping, because it's really cheap in the outlet stores. And my wife got the new Samsung Galaxy watch and a few other bits and pieces, and of course the kids got loads of stuff. Lucas got the Colombia home shirt, and I'm so happy seeing the little dude in the Colombia shirt. It's the shirt from the World Cup, as I'm sure you guys know. It's an amazing shirt. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it. Yeah, I have a picture of him here, so I'll show you guys. Where is it? There, little dude got the Colombia home shirt. I'm absolutely delighted that he got that one. And he loved it as well. So yeah, so thank you guys for asking about the holiday. It was brilliant. I think that's probably our last trip over to Orlando though, because that was our 4th time in 5 years over there with the kids. So next year, if we can save up and do well enough again, then hopefully we'll go over to California and try the other side of America next year. You should have got a Trump wig, Craig, said Pepper Red. We drove down to Daytona, mate, because there's a huge flea market down there. So basically like a big car boot sale, but a massive one. There was a thousand different vendors down there. So we drove down there, but that's more, I don't want to say country Florida, but it's more out of the way Florida. And you're walking through and there's lots of Trump love down there, mate. Oh my fucking god. Trump 2020 t-shirts and flags all over the place. Lots of First Amendment. Is it First or Second Amendment? Second Amendment, excuse me. Lots of Don't Take My Gun, Second Amendment support down there. It was a completely different world for me to be in. And I love experiencing stuff like that. Can you stop switching between pronunciations? It's Adidas or Adidas. Pick one, goddammit. Oh my god, I can't believe you said that, Connor. My wife said the same thing to me on holidays. Will you fucking stop? It's either Adidas or Adidas. Pick one or the other, dickhead. Swear to God, I'm not messing. So for Connor to post it in there as well. I know I do. I don't do it with Nike though, which is weird. I don't say Nike. It's Nike all the time. Alright, Craig, mate. Sorry I haven't been on for a few weeks. I had a baby, so being busy, said Colin. Well, firstly, mate, congratulations on your new addition to the family. I hope mother, baby and father are all well. It must be a beautiful time for you all, so congratulations on that one. And don't worry about being away for a few weeks, because I haven't been here for a few weeks, mate. So you picked a great time to take a break. So, but again, mostly congratulations, mate. It's always beautiful to have a new addition to the family. So congratulations to you all on your new baby. I have a season ticket at Vicarage Road, said Jeff, the Hornet. Well, you're gonna have a good season this year, by the looks of it, mate. It's great. I'm so happy to see them doing well. I have to say, I really am happy for Watford. Evan said, I live in LA, make it happen. Evan, mate, I might bend your ear if that's okay. closer to the time when we're looking at booking it and stuff, if that's okay, because I know literally nothing about LA. I know what I want to see over there, but other than that, mate, I know nothing. So yeah, if I do go to LA, mate, love to meet up as well, just like I did with Far Isle. Daytona, not far from the Space Centre, said Stephen Richards. They wouldn't let me go, Stephen. They just would not accompany me to the Kennedy Space Centre. The only place I never got to see. Yeah, come out to Cali. We have a Liverpool football club in San Diego, so you won't miss a game if you don't mind waking up at 5 a.m. I'm usually awake at 5 a.m. anyway, Keith, to be fair. And of course, if I do go to Cali, I want to meet up with as many Reds as possible. So if anybody wants to meet this bald Irish twat in Cali next year, if we go over, it'd be my pleasure. Pepperhead said, it's short for Adolf Dacier, Adidas. Damo says it's Adidas all the way for him. Adidas is blasphemy, said Damo. Cheers, mate. What's the topic so far tonight? To recap for me, we've just basically chatted about the game. We've said how well the players played, how great it is for Mo Salah to have scored 2. We spoke about Fabinho's performance and how excellent he was tonight. I asked you guys for your man of the match as well. A few other bits and pieces, Colin, mate. Nothing too dramatic. Craig saw level 42 in ELO while you were off, said Stephen Richards. So there you go. I mean, bonuses galore, Stephen. Spent your time well. Paul said, go for it. You love California. It isn't as cheap as Florida. It's one of the most expensive states in the USA, but a great place to visit, being 5 times. There's so many things I want to see over that side, Paul. We want to go and obviously see Hollywood. We want to go to Vegas. We want to go to San Diego. We want to go to San Francisco. So many things I want to see and do. And that little triangle there in and around California would be amazing. It's California or it's Texas. It's one or the other for us next. If we manage to be able to save up and go back next year, it'll be California or Texas. I want to go to Texas, but the family want to go to California. Gomez would give Usain Bolt a run for his money, said Megan Nunky. Did you guys see, actually, Usain Bolt, he was offered a contract by the Mariners in Australia, but apparently there's not enough money on the table, and unless a third party or a sponsor comes in and boosts up his wages, he isn't going to sign it, which I think is a little bit disappointing, since as they were the ones that gave him a chance. I know he had an offer from a Maltese club, I think, as well, something like that, but yeah, if I was them, I'd be a little bit pissed off. Because you'd imagine if he wants to be a professional footballer at this point in his career, he'd have the money in the bank, so it wouldn't really be about money for Usain Bolt. And the Mariners gave him a shot, so it seems a little bit disappointing. Gomez, I've read that one already. Tonight's the first time I can't pick a man of the match. So many players were brilliant. Nice to have Firmino's touchback too, said Colin. Will said good night to Andre. Andre, good night, mate. Thank you for joining us. Go to Beverly Hills and Newport Beach, Craig, would be recommended. A great day out. Rod said I thought Bolt liked Oz. That's the strange thing, mate. It seems perfect for him. He got a club to give him a chance. He's living in a great country. Gets to play professional football, which he's wanted to do. It just seems really odd. Has anybody else heard? I think I mentioned it earlier on, but Bayern Munich seem to be very interested in making a move for, for Nabil Fekir in January. 70 million euros seems to be the price being quoted to them, so something else for us to perhaps look at. How much can Bolt actually be worth as a footballer? Exactly, not that much, mate. He would have made millions upon millions from commercial deals, sponsorship, prize money and stuff from athletics. How many people would love to be Usain Bolt? Turns out Usain Bolt would love to be Joe Gomez. Who knew? YouTube said, don't go to California. It's everything wrong in the world. Go to Texas, in my humble opinion. Certain parts of Texas is massive. Texas is where since I was a child, mate, I've wanted to go to Texas. It was always Dallas, but now with Austin, after expanding the way it has, I wouldn't mind seeing Austin as well. So you've got Austin, obviously you've got Dallas, and you have what's the other part of Texas that's big? Austin, Dallas. God, I can't remember. Is it San? Yeah. Anyway, there's a third part of Texas I want to go and see. Some say that Old Trafford is called the Theatre of Dreams because it's where it sends fans to sleep. Did you guys see today? Maybe it was yesterday, but I only read it today. That Jose Mourinho was coming out and saying that he needs massive investment to be able to challenge with Manchester United. And he used Juventus as an example of a club that have invested to do well. Now, Juventus have basically won the Italian league, I think, every year for the past 7 years, maybe, at a canter, and have invested to try and win the Champions League, which they haven't done, so still haven't succeeded. And Jose Mourinho was saying that poor old him at Manchester United haven't had enough money to make a real challenge or to push on. It's absolute nonsense for Mourinho. He needs to shut his fucking mouth and just realise that, yeah, he may not have got the support, in fairness. He might not have got the centre-back he wanted. I'll give him that one. But you can't say he hasn't had money at Manchester United. He had plenty of money. He got Paul Pogba. He got Lukaku. He got... Who else did he buy in? Fred. I don't know exactly how much money Mourinho has spent, but he hasn't had his hands tied behind his back. So for him to say that the reason that they aren't doing as well as they are, perhaps, or that people could expect more from them, is because he hasn't got investment. It's bullshit. It's absolutely more nonsense from Mourinho that he needs to be called out on. At least when Klopp was called a hypocrite at the start of the season because he went out and spent a shit ton of money. And Klopp did say that if he'd spent 200 and something million quid, whatever, he'd expect to be challenging for the title. Well, he spent, and you know what? He's fucking challenging for the title. So at least he's living up to the words that he expected of others. So Mourinho, I'm just fed up of him at this point. I'm sure United fans are as well. I wish he'd just fuck off out of football. He's had his day, he's done. I'm sick of him going around showing the number 3. I'm sure United fans don't give a fuck about the 3 Premier League titles he won with Chelsea. Bayern need to replace Ribery and Robin next summer. They'll be linked with loads of attackers, which is a really good point, Brian. Austin in Texas look good at the Grand Prix, said Stephen Richards. San Antonio, there you go. That's it, mate. Thank you. San Antonio is indeed the other place. Thank you, Brian. Klopp's underpants said, you have to go to California just for Alcatraz, Craig. Well, that's why I wanted to go to San Fran. Klopp's underpants, sir. Because, yeah, I'd love to see Alcatraz. Since I was a kid as well, it's somewhere I've always wanted to go and see. I'm not one for beaches or any of that shit, so stuff like that doesn't really interest me. But Alcatraz, crime, the stories, the deaths of people who've tried to swim around the bay and stuff and get away, that type of stuff interests me, so I'd love to see Alcatraz. Ben said, sorry I was away, Craig, I was talking to somebody. No need to apologise, mate. Thank you for joining us again. I think Bayern will sign Leon Bailey, Pulisic and Timo Werner, says Kieran. I hope they don't sign Pulisic, because I've made no secret of the fact that I want him at Liverpool, but it would make more sense actually for Borussia Dortmund to sell Pulisic to Liverpool than Bayern Munich, because they seem to be on a run at the minute. They're top of the Bundesliga. They're not going to want to go and strengthen a rival by selling Christian Pulisic to them, so I hope they don't. But the rest of the players, I think you've got a good shout. I think you may have a good shout with Pulisic, I just hope it doesn't happen. Werner seems like a perfect fit, by the way, for Bayern Munich. Because, you know, they do like to bring in the best of the Germans, and Lewandowski has wanted out for a few seasons, and it looks like he's going to have this season at Bayern Munich. And Werner just does seem like a natural successor to him. Perhaps he hasn't hit the standards that people would have expected of him, but he is the German centre forward, and Bayern Munich, I'm sure, would love to have him on their books. Jose had 3 fingers up. Some fans thought he only won 2, said Lee. I mean, the treatment of Jose Mourinho from the Chelsea fans as well. And I very rarely stick up for Jose Mourinho because I can't fucking stand him, but the treatment, I spoke about my thoughts about Chelsea fans a few weeks ago and what I think of them, and they just showed themselves up to be a bunch of classless twats yet again. The most successful manager in their career, and they're slagging him off. Enough said. I mean, I don't know what to say. How can you do that to a manager that's done so much for your club? It's not right. They're a classless bunch of fucks, those Chelsea fans. Rod said, I'm off to breakfast. Good night, good morning, or whatever. Cheers, Craig and Connor. Glad to have you back. Damo said, if you go to San Francisco, be sure to wear a flower in your hair. In my red mohawk, Damo, hopefully after we've won the league. No January signing, said Pepper Red. Well, yeah, I'm interested to see if we do any business. Do you guys think we're going to do any business in January? We would have all been screaming for a number 10, but if Shaqiri keeps this up, then, you know, do we need anybody in January? We've got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to come back as well. We've got Ryan Brewster coming back. He'll be coming back. Well, I say coming back. He'll be coming back to fitness and getting his chance on the team. So, another addition to the forward line there. Who really cares about Mourinho? He thinks he's doing a grand job, says Martin. You're probably right, Martin. I mean, I should move off the topic of Mourinho, mate. It's a Liverpool channel. I just got pretty pissed off when I read it. But you're right. Fuck Mourinho. Klopp's Underpants said, what about the rumour of Fekir to Bayern? I spoke about that a few minutes ago, mate. 70 million euro apparently is the figure they've been quoted. And that's just what I've read in the media. I mean, that's obviously I don't know anything personally, but yeah, it would. I'd rather he went there than went to a Premier League club if we didn't get him. Put it that way. Lee said some fans thought they'd won too because they put 2 fingers back up, but I get you, buddy. Bailey's profile looks perfect for Liverpool. I think Jose's 3 fingers was for the Juve fans, referencing his treble at Inter. Could be wrong. Oh no, I'm talking about the United Chelsea game, mate. I didn't see the game against Juventus. I didn't last night. I was travelling, so I didn't get to see that game. I'm talking about him sticking the 3 fingers up to the Chelsea fans after the 2-2 draw at the weekend. Megan Onke said Insigne in January. There's no way Napoli will let him go in January. There's just not a chance. He's having a good season though, Insigne. I still don't think he's good enough to play for Liverpool. I've stood by that. I think he's too inconsistent. I think he tries to take a little bit too much on at times. He's a little bit greedy. I don't know though if that's because he's a Napoli boy and he just wants to take pressure off other players and take that pressure on his own shoulders. So maybe I'm being a bit unfair to him. Harry Wilson got a goal and an assist today. What a future he has, said Ferno. A couple of Liverpool players that are on loan are doing very well, actually. Hi, Craig. It's been a long 2 weeks without getting to talk to everybody, said Stephen. It's great to be back, Stephen, mate. I've really, all day I've been looking forward to coming back on. I got a few hours sleep this afternoon. I'm sure the jet lag will kick in soon, but I'm still on a bit of a high after that game. What about Jose spitting his dummy out when the Chelsea coach celebrated in front of him? Jose can dish it out, but he can't take it, said Damo. Apparently Phil Neville lost his fucking mind about that. And again, I didn't get a chance to watch the game, so I'm only going off what I read, but apparently he has called for the guy to be sacked and everything. And as you said, like, is he forgetting about the Jose Mourinho that ran down the touchline at Old Trafford when Porto scored? Absolute fucking hypocrites. How was your holiday? It was great, thank you, mate. Very nice. I feel fully mentally rested. Family had a great time. Weather was amazing. Everything was good, buddy. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you. Craig, do you think SpongeBob will go in January? No. No, I don't think he'll go to the end of the season. I'd love to see him go, and I'd love to see Creevy and Kelleher get promoted, but I don't know. I just think with us getting rid of Karius, it just makes sense to keep Mignolet there till the end of the season, just in case. Brian said he'd take Leon Bailey over Pulisic. I've got to be honest, I haven't had a chance to watch much German football this year, so haven't seen much of Leon Bailey, but the reports have been nothing but amazing from people who have watched them. PSG are not as scary as I thought. They're a bunch of overpaid, overhyped, overpaid. I said that already. Overpaid, overhyped divas. Particularly Neymar. Kylian Mbappe, sensational. I mean, I won't say a word against him. Absolutely sensational footballer. Cavani, he's been a good old solid pro, but anybody could score goals for Paris Saint-Germain. So yeah, they're not as scary, and there's a reason why they won't ever win the Champions League, because they don't get enough competition week in, week out. One thing that did shock me actually about Paris Saint-Germain was I didn't realise they were only formed in something like 1972 or sometime in the 70s anyway. I thought that they were around longer than that, so that surprised me. YouTube said, favourite player of the season so far, Craig. Gini Wijnaldum, I have to say, he's been amazing so far this season. Can't say anything against the guy. He's been brilliant. I think it's about time he starts to get the credit he deserves. For me, Gini Wijnaldum. Really good to have you and everybody back here. Hope you had a great time in America, said Ferno. It was lovely, thank you. I think we did the holiday right this time. We did lots and lots of stuff at the start of the holiday. For the first 8 or 9 days, we were on the go all the time. But as it wound down to the last 4 or 5 days, we wound down as well. Because so many times we've come home from vacation and we've been exhausted. We've been more tired than when we left. But this time, I think we did it right. We relaxed a little bit as the holiday went on, and I think we all feel a bit more refreshed for it. Who is SpongeBob? Sorry, mate. Again, I think all the time we're speaking on here, we assume everybody knows it's the Simon Mignolet, SpongeBob Squarehead. Phil Neville wound me up on that rant. He should be sacked. This was on NBC. He's a gobshite, Lee. An absolute gobshite. And a hypocrite as well. Look, if you say he overstepped the mark, the assistant manager or the coach, then yes, so be it. But, you can't say that of somebody else and then not say the same of Mourinho when he did it at the time. And I think, I love it. I love that type of needle in football, I have to say. Craig, young kid who plays for Dortmund, played for England against Spain, is tipped to come to us. Is that Sancho? Is that the guy you're talking about? Phil, I know I've done that one already. Mignolet Squareface. Good call with Genie, says YouTube. Jadon Sancho, said Damo. You'll all get slaughtered for saying vacation now. I try and mix it up. As I said, sometimes I say holiday, sometimes I say vacation, because I'm aware that I have a lot of people from America on, particularly at this time of night in the later streams. We do get a lot of people from America and Canada on because it's evening time over there. So sometimes I do try and mix up my phraseology, but you're right, I should say holidays. Same way Connor pulled me up on the Adidas versus Adidas earlier on. Togo manager said Mane is going to United. Yeah, of course he is. Why the fuck would Sadio Mane go to United? What is there possibly to attract him to United? Plus, if he doesn't sign a contract by the end of the summer, do you think Liverpool are realistically going to sell him to Man United? For any money. There could be any amount of money in the world thrown down, and Liverpool aren't selling him to Manchester United. So that's absolute bullshit from the Togo manager. Very happy that Dortmund are doing well. Won 4-0 against Atletico, which is insane. Good club and fans too, said Ferno. It's a great result for them, it really is. Really good start to the Bundesliga as well, sitting top of the table. 4-0 against Atletico is a massive result because Atletico did a lot of business in the summer and brought in some really good footballers. Stevie Richards said Sancho and Pulisic for us in January. For real, thanks guys. I don't know why I didn't know Mignolet was called SpongeBob. Don't apologise, mate. It's just one of the little nicknames we have on here. Nike or Nike, which one wins? For me, it's Nike, mate. That's just my personal opinion, but I don't actually know the correct pronunciation. Don't say holidays. We aren't Jews. I don't like bringing religion into anything, mate. We call them holidays here in Ireland. I'm saying going on me holiday. Well, I actually say jolly bobs, to be honest. This top French players have bad luck after the World Cup. Yeah, that's a good point actually. I never thought about it like that. Mbappe hasn't been great. Pogba hasn't been great. Griezmann, I think, is another overhyped player, to be fair. I don't understand all this shite about him being considered for the Ballon d'Or, and he's nowhere near good enough. Craig, have you done the team for Saturday yet? No, mate, not a chance. Barely able to keep my eyes open at this point. Haven't had a chance to think about Saturday. We'll talk about it tomorrow night though, Anthony, on the stream. It's Nike, said Stephen Richards. Lee said going on holiday. There you go, holiday, that's the way to go. Pep admitted Sancho would not be going back while he's still a manager. I'd love to see us go for him and steal him. Again, though, would Manchester City sell him to us? Unless, I don't know, was his contract up at the end of the season or something? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of these players. Guys, you know what? I'm going to call it a night there. I'm absolutely shattered. The jet lag is starting to catch up with me. So we'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 10 o'clock, with another late night agenda. Thank you to everyone that joined us tonight. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. You know I love you guys. Thanks for all the support and kind words over the past few months. And again, it was great to be back tonight and enjoy that game with you. It was a pleasure. I'm so happy to be home, so happy to be back. And as always, I'll end by saying up the motherfucking Reds.